Did what I had to do just to feed me, and what was left over I put towards my dreaming. But the only thing in life that has meaning are the things you gotta work for, believe me. Take into your hands a plan, your own hands can land your own brand. And damn, I feel like no one takes accountability. They want the credibility, convincingly unwilling to put in the hours it takes to get some power. Don't be f***ing sour, take a cold shower, scream until you're louder, work until you're prouder, and f*** all the doubters, they're just your downers. I swear to God they all let me down. I always fought just to wear the crown. I'm off at these fucking clowns who were all taught they deserve an ounce. It's only worth it if you work for it. It's only worth it if you work for it. I won't stop till they hear me now. I won't stop till I wear the crown. I'm just telling you to fight for your dreams, but it's not what it seems. Man, it's hard to be seen when everybody wants to be king. Yeah, they all wanna ring, yeah, we all wanna be free. So show me what you got, what you bring, how you fight in the ring, how you take a fucking swing. Do you got heart, are you mean? Got some scars, got some needs, are you willing to go bleed? I swear to God they all let me down. I always fought just to wear the crown. I'm off at these fucking clowns who were all taught they deserve an ounce. It's only worth it if you work for it. It's only worth it if you work for it. I won't stop till they hear me now. I won't stop till I wear the crown. I swear to God they all let me down. I always fought just to wear the crown. I'm off at these fucking clowns who were all taught they deserve an ounce. It's only worth it if you work for it. I feel nauseous, believe me. Never had a lot of shit come easy. Had to work hard, struggle just to be me. Had to rise up just so they could see me. Did what I had to do just to feed me, and what was left over I put towards my dreaming. But the only thing in life that has meaning are the things you gotta work for, believe me. Take into your hands a plan, your own hands can land your own brand. And damn, I feel like no one takes accountability. They want the credibility, convincingly unwilling to put in the hours it takes to get some power. Don't be f***ing sour, take a cold shower, scream until you're louder, work until you're prouder, and f*** all the doubters, they're just your downers. I swear to God they all let me down. I always fought just to wear the crown. I'm off at these fucking clowns who were all taught they deserve an ounce. It's only worth it if you work for it. It's only worth it if you work for it. I won't stop till they hear me now. I won't stop till I wear the crown. I'm just telling you to fight for your dreams, but it's not what it seems. Man, it's hard to be seen when everybody wants to be king. Yeah, they all wanna ring, yeah, we all wanna be free. So show me what you got, what you bring, how you fight in the ring, how you take a fucking swing. Do you got heart, are you mean? Got some scars, got some needs, are you willing to go bleed? I swear to God they all let me down. I always fought just to wear the crown. I'm off at these fucking clowns.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Monday Night Football. So you're like, hey, we kind of we did this thing on Saturday. The thumbnail shows Sunday. You're doing it again on a Monday. The thumbnail shows Sunday. So for those who don't pay attention to anything I say, let me recap for you how this works. This is typically a Sunday show. So Sunday, NFL Sundays moving forward, starting with week 2, week 3, week 4. We're going to be doing this live stream on our YouTube channel, as you see here. And it's called A Dollar and a Dream. So we're looking to build not an insane parlay where it's a 0% chance of hitting, but a nice parlay that's at least 100x or more. And it's $1 in a dream because you're not allowed to do more than $1. I don't want you betting $10, $100, $3,000 on this stuff and then being like, oh man, you just cost me $3,000. No, you cost yourself $3,000 because you didn't follow the gosh dang rules. So we just had some pretty big news right before I went live. CMC is out. So there's a lot of people in our Discord going around like, okay, what happens now? What is this? What are we going to do? So what we're going to do is we're still going to do what I planned to do even before that news came out. Today's my birthday, and so that's why we're doing a special stream here. It's the birthday special, A Dollar and a Dream show. As you saw in the Discord, what we're trying to do, so I turned 38 today, and we're trying to get 38 new VIPs upgraded by the time Monday Night Football is over with. We have a lot so far. We still have a handful to go to hit that number. So if you're thinking about a day that you're going to look into upgrade at some point this week, today should be that day because it's CEO's birthday. So, I mean, it just makes sense, right? So even though I have FanDuel pulled up, if you play on another sportsbook, you can play on another sportsbook. I don't really care. I have no loyalty to FanDuel, to DraftKings, to anybody else. We had people, when we did the show on Saturday, who are prop app players, which means, of course, they play player props only. A lot of this is going to be player props, so you can, of course, plug in whatever you want to play on that. But yeah, so we had a pretty interesting week. I know on Friday's show, so we have a new show on Friday, and on Friday what we did is we talked about our Survivor stuff that we do. So we're in the biggest Survivor competition in the world, NFL Survivor League, and we're also in the biggest spread pick'em league as well. So for Survivor in the show, by the time I wrapped up the show, I said I was going Bengals, but I just kept looking, Boyd being out, kept looking at some other things. Not necessarily Boyd, but no, it was Jamar Chase. Jamar Chase, he's like, oh, it's going to be my decision if I don't play or not. And I was just like, that on top of Burrow's just not really good. And he's not a really good week 1 player. And so I just kind of like, you know what? This seems to be the most popular pick, and I don't ever want to play the number 1 most popular pick. So I went to the second favorite I had, which was Seahawks. Thank the Lord, because the Bengals blew it to the Patriots, and it knocked out like 30 to 40% of the people in this contest. I'd mentioned as well in the contest, it's a $10 million first place prize. That was before I saw the overlay of how many more people signed up before they locked it in Vegas. It's $14.2 million. Let me repeat that, ladies and gentlemen watching the show. If I am the last person alive in this NFL Survivor contest, I win a guaranteed $14.2 million. This app, you think it's already on a nice rocket ship to outer space, which, yeah, it is. I'm taking over the world instantaneously once that happens. So, I know we're not here to talk about the weekend. We can talk about that on the other shows we do this week. But so if you didn't tune in for the show that we did like this, the stream on Saturday, this is how it works. You just drop in the chat. Tell me in the chat what your single favorite prop is for today, and we just go through them, and we discuss if we like them or not, and then we put them into a bet slip. We did about 40 minutes on Saturday's show, and we found 10 that we really liked that PlayerProps.ai also backed up. And we hit every single anytime touchdown play. We hit every single money line play that we did. And then I think we hit like a 1 or 2 of the receiving yards plays. We didn't hit all of them, so the dollar didn't turn into a dream, but we hit a lot of the plays there regardless. So I'm going to pull up the chat here real quick. I know we have a lot of people in here already, so let me scroll through the top. Everybody's saying happy birthday. Appreciate all happy birthday shout-outs. Everybody in here. Vass says he's got Ayuk over receiving yards, Jennings over receiving yards, and Williams over receiving yards so far. I'm looking for 1 play, my guy. That's 3. You got to pick which one is your favorite. Some more happy birthdays here. I appreciate it. 34% loss on the Bengals. Yeah. I think it was 38 for this mega contest. It was pretty crazy. Let's see here. 231 people got knocked out in yours. So for the biggest contest that I mentioned, the $14.2 million payout, I want to say it was just on the Bengals losing. It was like almost 5,000 entries got eliminated instantaneously. Appreciate the happy birthdays coming in here. If you're in the YouTube chat and you're like, hey, why am I not allowed to comment in the comments? You have to subscribe to the channel. It's part of the bare minimum free stuff. If you've seen a single video of mine where I say, if you're going to take betting seriously and you want to stop losing all your money, you got to do the free stuff first. And if you can't do the free stuff, then you don't really care that you're losing money. One of the free things, as part of the bare minimum, is subscribing to the free YouTube channel. So everybody that's commenting you see in the comment section of the YouTube chat, the live chat here, they clearly have done at least some of the bare minimum because they're subscribed. Jeff says he likes... let me go to the top here. Okay, so the first single one... Okay, so the first single recommendation from Stephanie was Ayuk over 3.5 receptions. So now that CMC is out, it's not who's going to take his rushing yards. It's who's going to be taking his receptions, essentially, because I don't think they're going to be rushing the ball anywhere near as close with Mason or anybody else that they have in the backfield. I think it's just going to be a pass-heavy game. I already had a good feeling that Aaron Rodgers is going to come out strong after missing all of last year and potentially beat them. The spread's relatively small anyway, so Rodgers beating the 49ers wasn't anything crazy. But now that they don't have their best weapon, they still have Deebo Samuel. And so something I want to mention about Deebo Samuel is even with CMC out there, like he gets rushing attempts all the time. So they may actually look to put more Deebo Samuel jet sweeps and things like that in there. So that's something that we can pay attention to here in a second. What else is going to pull up? Let me pull up FanDuel here. We can start putting things together because I know we don't have too much time until everything locks. All right. I think you guys can see my screen now. Yeah, okay, cool. All right. So let us go to... receiving props. What are we looking at first? Ayuk receptions over 3.5. I think there's going to be a lot more passing than there was before the CMC news. But then again, the books are a lot smarter than you think they are. So the books kind of know to not put things as too far-fetched that if he didn't play. So they kind of, when there's a questionable tag and somebody has a legit chance of missing, they kind of price their lines appropriately. So, it's not a huge shift, but there is still some minor shift there. Let's see. Okay, so the thing that I was going to look at is for PlayerProps.ai is, so our thing updates all the time, but my question is it gonna update in the milliseconds we have before the game tonight starts? So I'm gonna check real quick and see. I don't think our AI models are gonna update in time because we run a ton of simulations and models and stuff. Yeah, I don't think it's gonna update in time. That was kind of late news. We'd like to hear that a whole lot earlier if we can, but we are working on expediting everything and turning making the updates much more frequent. So Brandon Ayuk, conceptually, I like that one. We go back to the chat. What else are we looking at, kids? Mike Williams over 26.5. I was already kind of looking at him. BG says 26.5 on Mike Williams. I think this is interesting because Mike Williams had a season-ending injury. Aaron Rodgers had a season-ending injury. And so I feel like both of them now being healthy at the same time on the same team. They've never been on the same team, both healthy at the same time before. So this is the first time they had that. I feel like that's going to turn into his receptions is actually 2 or under, but his line's at 30. So he's probably going to get 2 deep bombs according to FanDuel's AI here. Play receiving yards 23.5. But yeah, he can get that on 1 catch. But it's projecting he's not going to get more than 2 according to the odds here. Don't hate that one either. All right, what else we got? Keep dropping it in the chat. Can you pull up the chat here? Still looking to hit the 38 new VIPs by the end of the day. If you haven't signed up for full premium to get access to all of the stats for all of the sports and get access to all of the channels in Discord as well, all that good stuff. Right now, you have an indefinite. If you're not VIP, you have an indefinite free trial. So it's kind of, I mean, it is. I would say it's silly to me when people say, "Hey, do you have a free trial?" It's like, well, if you looked at the app, yeah, you already have it. We give you an indefinite free trial. For NFL, you have receiving yards fully unlocked. There's nothing stopping you from looking at everything we offer when it comes to football, NFL, or college football for receiving yards. So you make sure if you're not using the free trial, then, like I said, I mentioned this a million times. I mentioned this at the beginning. The bare minimum is what we call the free things. If you aren't doing the free stuff, then you do not care when you lose all your bets. If you do care that you're losing all your bets, you got to do the free stuff. It's a step-by-step thing. And if you're like, well, how am I know it's going to work? Well, I have 200,000 people that'll tell you it's going to work. There are people out there that are doing the bare minimum, and then they are applying themselves. They are doing a lot better with their bankrolls and their betting decision-making. If you need testimonials, there's a few channels in Discord to cover that. Ask any of the VIPs in Discord that's been there for a while. A lot of vouches there. What we do works. If what you're doing by yourself is not working, what we do works. All right, let's find another play. Let's see. I don't want to go Ayuk receptions and receiving yards, so I think I'm just going to keep him on. Or do we already have... Wait, which one did we already plug in? We already got him on reception. Yeah, okay, so multiple people said the same thing. K-Street said Breece Hall anytime touchdown. Altcoin said Debo anytime touchdown. Few people like Hall anytime touchdown, so that's something I like as well. If you pay attention to the videos we put out, we put out a play of the day for Monday Night Football, but put it out like 5 days ago. So you had 5 days to watch it. If you haven't watched it, then again, you're not doing the bare minimum. You got to do the free stuff if you want to stop losing all your bets. You have to do the free stuff. You can't be lazy with sports betting. The people that lose all their money, that turn out to lose their houses and their cars and family issues and stuff, are the people that don't care. And I can only lead you to the water. I can't make you drink it. But for those that come to the water and they do care and want to stop losing everything, you got to do the free stuff first. Hall anytime touchdown is what we're locking in. Touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Anyway, the reason I brought that up is because Hall was our play of the day. So you have to go back to watch the show from the 5th, I think. I think the 5th is when we put it out. We have a Breece Hall prop in there for you, which you can watch at the end of this anyway. Let me see. Somebody else said Debo. So what I said earlier is Debo normally gets rushing attempts even when CMC is healthy. So now CMC is not healthy, and then Debo is going to, like I said, I'm pretty sure he's going to get more looks from the backfield. I don't think they're going to put him back at running back the entire time, but he's going to get more of his package played. So I feel like somebody's got to get in the end zone for the 49ers. I don't think Jordan Mason has more favorable odds for anytime touchdown just because now he's the quote-unquote lead back. But I feel like Deebo Samuel has a higher chance of getting in on a rushing play than Jordan Mason does. So I like both of those touchdown plays there. All right, what else we got? Oh, yeah, BG said that Mike Williams' projections get 60. Yeah, he's got a massive PlayerProps.ai projection. So, yeah, he's got a massive projection over his line. So, going over Williams makes a lot of sense. Ed says Kittle over 46.5 receiving yards. Where's he at right now on player props? Kittle. So, I do know, of course, things change with CMC not being in the backfield. But even with him in the backfield, Kittle was like, 44 is a pretty good line for Kittle. I don't think it's going to change too much with him not being in there. Let's see. Debo 100, receiving and rushing yards. That is one that is interesting. So who said that? Krusty Nation, interesting YouTube, said 100 rushing and receiving. That is a solid find. Where do we find those combo bets on FanDuel? I don't know. I'm gonna state that FanDuel's not a sportsbook that's available to me, so I'm just doing this because I know a lot of you guys are. But where do you find rushing and receiving? Oh, found it. Never mind. Deebo Samuel is only at 80? Wait a sec. Who said that in chat? Somebody said 100 plus? I don't think I'd go 100 plus. I'd go after the alternate. So you're saying you want a plus 175, 100 plus? I don't think we need to get crazy. We're already doing a parlay, so I don't think we need to get nuts and do an alt line. But this 80, yes. Okay, so technically speaking, we're at an 18x right now. We have 5 picks. We're at an 18x. We need to quickly speed things up here so we can get to a 100x and call it a show so you guys can lock it in. Hopefully you guys are locking it in as we're doing this right now. All right, what's some other plays? Let me get back to the chat. We got that. We got that. Chandra says, Kyle, you check over 5.5 receiving yards. So I like that if CMC is playing, but I feel that when he's not, I think that he's going to be focused more on blocking as a fullback for Mason, as opposed to, because like when CMC is such a good player, Kyle gets open on fullback out routes and stuff like that. But I feel like with a not as great as CMC running back there, that he's probably not going to get that kind of look. Good thinking though. Let's see. Going through all the chat. We have that. Rodgers hasn't completed a pass in a real game in 600 days, so how old offenses will come off should be interesting. Let's see here. We kind of already got the Deebo there. Purdy pass yards, that makes sense. Now that CMC's out. What about your prop bet from last week, Brees over receiving? So yeah, that's what I was mentioning before, is we have a we already had a play for you guys on the YouTube that you should have already locked in by now, but it was Brees Hall over, I think the line has gone up. I don't think it was 64.5. No, it was rushing. That's what or receiving. Yeah, Brees Hall over 28.5 receiving. That was my prop, right? Pretty sure it was. All right, so right now we have a 34x. Let's keep building. We're running out of time. I want to get this done by 8, so you guys have at least 15 minutes to lock all these in. Going back to the chat. I don't know. I don't want to touch Kittle here. We already got the Hall TD. Brees under receptions. It can't go under receptions and over receiving yards, so I'm not going to touch that. Oh, somebody said Brock Purdy over passing yards. What was his passing yards? He was already projected. No, he was not even projected to go over with CMC in the backfield. So I don't think it. If he was already projected to go over, if the PlayerProps.ai model already had him projected to go over his line, and CMC's out, then 100% can go over Purdy lines. But because our AI did not have him going over previous to it, I don't want to touch that. But if it's the people that pay attention, the people that apply themselves and do the bare minimum and see when they ask, how exactly should I use these tools? How do I use this app that you built, Travis? And I teach them. The people already know it's not just one thing you look for. It's a marriage of a bunch of things. Something that, for the most part, we call trifectas. There's the kind of 3 things. And it depends on the sport, it depends on the stat, and all the other stuff. But if you find those 3 things collectively on one prop, that's what we want to lock in. So in this example, if we had 2 things, I'd be interested. Brock Purdy having a higher projection before the CMC news. Brock Purdy, that's the only thing I was looking for, essentially. We don't need to look for 3 things, but we don't even have any of that. So anyway, moving on. Purdy passing yards is a no. Let's see. Purdy over 1.5 passing touchdowns. I think Deebo gets his touchdown on the ground, so I don't know if I want to touch the 1.5. Bad says, I think it's going to be a slow played game. I think it is going to be slow. Lazard, 1.5 reception, Steve says. What does our player props model say for that? Lazard receptions. Does not like that. Purdy over 8.5 rushing yards. Rodgers over rushing. No. Greg Zuerlein over 1.5 field goals. See, that's something I don't hate. 1.5 for good old Greg the Leg. Let's see. Where are... Oh, kicker props. I was like, what the heck? Greg Zuerlein over... What? We only have kicking points? What am I missing here? Does FanDuel just suck when it comes to field goal props? That's stupid. I'm not doing kicking points. I was going to do the field goals, but not the kicking points. Then again... If he gets 2 field goals, that's 6 points. So if we're doing over 1.5, it's the same as saying over 5.5, right? Screw it. Put that in there. And we can't. We can't put that in our dollar and dream. Okay. We have a few more minutes here. I'm just going to start powering through these. Tyler Conklin receptions. Make sure that you're referencing PlayerProps.ai before... Yeah, the projection, same thing we did on Saturday. The projection has to make sense with what you're saying. If our projection says under, then we're not going to touch it. So now for the rest of them, I'll just use PlayerProps.ai, and it's the limited amount of time we have. You know what? I'll do the Kyle Juszczyk receiving yards. Over 5.5. I'll do that. Okay, we have a 69x. We need a few more. We need probably 1 or 2 more plays. We already got Mike in there. Brandon Ayuk. We have Ayuk receptions. What's the play that we're missing here? Pretty much got all the good people covered. I need 1 more. 1 more. Bosa to record a sack. I'm all... Boom. Love it. Bosa to record a sack. Get that Aaron Rodgers man to the ground. Okay. There, ladies and gentlemen, we have our 100x player prop parlay. We got 8 picks here. Let's go through them again. Recap. Brandon Ayuk over 3.5 receptions. Mike Williams over 23.5 receiving yards. Breece Hall, anytime touchdown scorer. Deebo Samuel, anytime touchdown scorer. Deebo Samuel over 81.5 rushing plus receiving yards. So if he gets a mixture of those, at least it collectively covers 82 or higher, he hits. Breece Hall over 28.5, which is the play of the day I've had on this YouTube channel for you guys for the last 6 days. Kyle Juszczyk over 5.5 receiving yards. I said no originally, but I looked at our, even before CMC was out, he had a pretty high projection. I still think he can get 6, which can be a 1 reception kind of thing. And then Nick Bosa to record a sack, which should not be the hardest thing to do because he's Nick Bosa. And Aaron Rodgers hasn't played a whole game in 600 days, like somebody said in the chat. If you have any questions about anything, please let me know in the Discord. If you're not in the Discord, you need to start doing the bare minimum. If you're watching this on something else, I know we have a lot of people watching on Facebook and other channels that we have this streaming to, do the bare minimum. It's free. If you don't like losing money on your bets, step 1. Download the free PlayerProps.ai app. Step 2, create a free PlayerProps.ai account. Step 3, get into the free PlayerProps.ai Discord, and then sync those 2 accounts together to open up all your free channels, because there's a lot of people who just get into the Discord and then they shoot me a DM like, why can't I see anything? There's literally one channel that says get access. Just do the stuff in the get access channel, and guess what happens? You get access. It's right there. It's written out. And then, of course, the last thing on the bare minimum free stuff, subscribe to this YouTube channel. So, A, you can comment when we do live shows, and B, there's a crap ton of stuff on this channel that will help you, that's already out there. It can already help you right away Just change your mindset when it comes to betting and make sure that you're making more educated decisions. Because we don't want you to, we here, myself, I don't want you to lose money. I don't want to see you post losing bets. I'm sure that you also don't want to see you lose money or see you post or have losing bets. So let's agree on one thing. I did something that will help you. You need to do the bare minimum to help yourself. I hope everybody enjoys the rest of my birthday. I hope this hits. That'll be a nice birthday present for me to all of you if this does hit. That's the plan anyway. Do not bet more than $1 on this. I swear I will break your kneecaps. This is $1 in a dream, not $1,000 in a dream. This is $1 in a dream. We're just playing, having fun. We're not doing anything crazy with our bankroll. I don't care what your bankroll is. I don't care if you have $1 million in your bankroll. This is $1 in a dream. Stick to the rules. Rules are rules. But yeah, I will see you guys on our next show tomorrow. Well, not a live show, just probably like our usual play of the day things. I gotta figure out what I'm doing for my birthday dinner. Yeah, so that's what I have to figure out. I just flew back from New York from going to the U.S. Open men's final yesterday. Got back a few hours ago, went to the gym. I'm back here, do the show for you. Now I got time to breathe and figure out what I want to do for my birthday dinner. Good luck every night. Good luck to everything you play.